All right, Skype is open. And I have accepted John Treadwell's friend request on Skype. And he just came online. Good morning, part two. Okay, let's try again. Hey, Darkstar. Skype 101. Oh, shut up. God, I just woke up. Negative. Talk about negative ions. God. Bad Hair Day Part 2. Yesterday we woke up to conversations about recording in the wrong bit rate, how the Fiasco commercials aren't any good, and there was one more. In Skype, you mean? Yeah, I'm ready to try it. I'm gonna have to run to the bathroom here and after a few more sips of coffee, but ring in, see what happens. You're gonna show up in this little window. There you are. Hey, hey, hey! Yeah, you did it. First step is the hardest.
All right. We close the other one. Or I don't know how to deal with the time delay.
Mute hippie. It'd just be Skype. Hey, good looking, both of you.
We got Jason Reed laying down some bass, Bill Palmer doing some guitar parts. They're just listening to us, figuring out what to do.
Nice.
No. Yeah.
Already did.
We already did.
Oh, he picked one. We'll see.
Criminal seemed like a good choice.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Okay.
How's it going out there? What's the weather like?
Yeah.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, John's got headphones. Okay, now I can hear you, man.
Hey, buddy.
Hey. So we just so I just randomly picked a song. I thought Criminal was a good choice.
Nice. Yes.
For me.
Hell yeah. For you. True outlaw.
Just picking down a couple guitar parts. It's probably one of those kind of things. It's like a cool texture, but it's probably one of those things where we could get rid of about, like a third to a half of it to make it have more impact when it happens,
Gotcha. Yeah.
But Jason's laying down some fretless. Jason just laid down the fretless bass part. It sounds really good.
Ooh, fretless. Nice.
Yeah, a little fretless. So since Michael Cott isn't here, we're just gonna jizz all over your record.
Yeah.
That's what he would do.
That's right. That's right. Is he coming in? Hey, Jason.
Hey, Nathan.
We don't know if he's coming in or not.
Of course you don't.
No.
If you knew for sure. What's that?
That's 7 in China yesterday. So
He say that again.
he was in China until sometime yesterday. He was supposed to get back yesterday. So we're actually not even sure if he's in the country right now.
Aha, gotcha.
But
Even if he's here, he still might not be in the country. So.
just catching up.
Yeah.
We'll get him in later.
Awesome.
But we got Sussman coming in an hour or so, or half.
What tune did you end up singing him on any other song besides Just Saying?
Just saying, and what was the other one?
I don't remember. Something else.
Was it Plain as Day?
Plain as Day.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna kind of, while we're just sitting around here stroking each other off.
Well, no, we got to finish that.
I'm gonna.
Sorry.
I'm gonna just pull up some songs and just kind of, if we hear something, we're just gonna throw some shit down.
Are you guys using the latest blueprints?
I downloaded them this morning.
Okay, great.
And basically,
wait. Which ones did you download individually, John, or the?
No, the mega pack. The first page.
You might not want to do that. You might want to use the latest.
Is it the individual tracks or the latest?
If you on the song files page, there's the BP files. You have to do it song by song, but they're just MP3, so it should be a relatively minute to 2 minute long download for each one or something. But they've come so far that I think at this point we're so late in the game, you might be wanting to hear what's really going on.
Yeah, that was the point of waiting until this morning to do them.
Right. Yeah. Sorry. The original zip file still just. That's just the original. That's just the original
Okay, Jason.
templates.
Okay, Jason, go hit delete. So,
So
criminal has probably got a lot more shit on it.
it has a lot more shit on it.
Oh, okay. Well, damn. Well,
Sorry,
whatever.
guys. But it still might. I mean, maybe it's really brilliant that y'all didn't hear. I'm sure fate will be that it's good that y'all didn't hear what's going on Criminal. You might not have done what you did, and I bet it'll find a place in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. Cool.
We're gonna download the new ones right now.
Yeah. Okay, let's shut this down further.
All right, this might get boring for a little while.
Oh,
maybe.
we're a 24/7 webcast. So boredom
Basically,
is our specialty. Yeah.
Oh,
Basically, Nathan, on Criminal, you're just gonna want to throw everything away.
Well, I can do that, Bill. That's the one thing I know how to do.
Because that's just how we roll.
I know how to do that. You don't even have to teach me how to do that one.
But the length of it should be the same, though, right?
Yeah.
The starting point's still the same.
The
no
starting
matter what,
point
right?
should be the same no matter what.
Let's drop these down so we can.
Except for on Criminal for sure. There's one or two that got a little different.
so out of the 3 files that are up there,
The BP.
The BP.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Control click or right click or whatever and save file as.
Hey Nathan, what are you wanting these tracks in? 24-bit, 96?
You're gonna shoot me. I've been doing it all in 16.
Okay. Okay, cool.
We were having a conversation yesterday. I feel sort of dumb for doing that, but on the other hand, part of my rationality was I was going to be getting parts sent in from so many people that wouldn't understand that. So I was trying to choose the least common denominator. I don't know if that was a dumb move. Maybe pulling their 16-bit submissions into 24-bit would have been no issue at all, and I should have done that. That was my that was my kicking myself yesterday moment talking to some people.
It doesn't really matter, man. Everything ends up down to an MP3.
Download this file.
Right.
Double click on it.
So I'm gonna dither everything down that we did, and I'm gonna send this stuff to you that we did on this track.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll pull it in on my end. We'll hear it all together.
Hey Nathan.
Yeah, man.
So whenever I send mine to you, it's a 2-part thing. It's one of my little trademark things that I always do.
Okay.
It's a little chimey Telecaster part, but it's 2 parts.
Yeah, totally.
So you'll want to kind of balance them out. But anyway, it'll take a few minutes before it gets to you.
Okay, so they go together?
They go together, but like a lot of times, like I'll pan one to one side and one to the other, kind of to create a little thing.
Okay, gotcha.
They'll both be, one of them is meaningless without the other.
Okay, gotcha.
So I'm gonna drop them down.
Are you using my upload form?
Not yet. I haven't even bounced them. I'm gonna dither them down and drop them down in real time now. You're 16-bit 44.1, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I just have to do it in real time.
Look at that. Look, the real stuff.
That's a good telly sound. Download them, right? I don't know if That's okay. Nathan can just throw all the other shit people put on their away and put this in there, and it'll be great.
There we go.
Oh shit! I forgot you heard me. Got you over here. That's what I call a fly on the wall right there.
Bill, I wish you could be on Hippie Fiasco every day. And you're just too busy of a man.
I'm just too busy of a man, Nathan.
Yep, you're too busy of a man.
Between kids and bands and other people's bands and.
Yeah, I know. I miss you though.
Well, I would love to be a part for at least a short period of time, but.
I remember when we did the 4-month tour, I wanted you to be like our political correspondent with our talk radio moments riding down the road. Just the call in from Strutter P. Struckins and the state of the world, state of affairs.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
I think your whole thing that you've been doing is a little daunting to me, in the sense that you mention it and I don't really understand how it works.
Right. Right.
I think that probably affects a lot of people. They're not sure how to get on, how to do it.
It really does.
You know?
It really does. Yeah. But then once they take that little step towards us, they find it's not too hard. We had a lady that's been following us for a while last night that really took a big step up and submitted a vocal part for a song, and it was cool because she's never done anything like that. She had to download software off the internet that she'd never heard of. She found one that was a 14-day free trial, so it was like, all right, I'll do that one, and downloaded it, figured out how to record herself singing a part to the song. I mean, that's that's like a major step up, not just signing in and talking to us, but
right.
But yeah. I hear you.
So I would just want you to know that probably the most easily available I can be to you on this project is obviously on the back end.
Right.
So, just keep that in mind.
Okay.
If you need any mixing, things like that sort of done.
God, I give anything to be there for a couple of days in person just to get your
awesome.
your wisdom on it.
That would be awesome, if we could come in and just mess around with it,
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll see how it all goes. I don't even know what's going to happen.
Yeah, are you mixing these on your own? Is that the plan, or?
That's not necessarily the plan, but I've been doing it as we go, of course.
Yeah.
And really trying to keep the bonsai from getting too bushy down there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Sure.
I want that bush getting too thick.
I think you'll be proud of me. I can't wait for you to hear these blueprints, but I don't know. There's a part of me that thinks Brian and I are going to hole up out in Virginia for a while. I'm going into the studio out here in San Francisco on Wednesday, and to have that kind of conversation just in general, like how this record should be mixed and what all I could, all the ways I could screw it up.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird though. I just don't want to get myself in any weird things that hinder the flow of the thing.
Yeah. Right.
I don't want it to get caught in some limbo somewhere. So, but I appreciate you putting that out there.
Yeah. Well, anything you decided to send my way wouldn't get caught in any limbo.
Right on. Nice.
It would just be a matter maybe of me throwing up some things, sending it to you, you making comments, things like that. I'm just not sure what you're, how Puritan you're being about the whole process, how much you're trying to, keep it in-house or whatever.
Do it yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a DIY kind of thing. On the other hand, yeah, I don't have the answer to that question yet, I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
honestly, I think I was kind of thinking all along that may be my best way of helping you.
Right. Well, this is a great moment right here. If this is the big moment, then I'll take that.
Cool.
I'm so happy that everybody I love in some way or another is just getting on the record. And that makes me really happy. And you're on it right now, just looking at you. And actually, that day you came in and talked about EQ was a huge help, and as
Good.
part of the eternal archives of the process. And I learned a lot that day, and I think other people did too. And it's all right. It's all right there as part of the webcast and the process. And here we are again.
Good.
So I consider you a big part of it already.
Cool, man.
This is Bill Palmer, ladies and gentlemen. He's the head engineer at Frogville Studios out there in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and I've made many a record with this man.
Too many.
Two, and not enough.
It's probably
And not enough.
Yeah. It's probably the reason neither one of us has won a Grammy yet.
Yeah, is that the reason? Well, why don't I'm hanging up? I'm hanging up.
Well, hopefully this is your Grammy moment.
You know, I mean, I'm there just like we always are in the middle of it. I've been smelling it all over the place. This feels like the one, which at the very least means we're actually making a record.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it, buddy. No doubt about it.
Yeah. Talking about phoned in performances.
Last night, Brad Barr sang a harmony on it through the speakerphone from Montreal.
Oh, cool.
Tracked it right into the song, lined it up, and it worked like a charm.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm really excited for you to hear some of these blueprints John's grabbing. You should listen to Criminal. I can't wait to hear the fretless in there too. Reed Mathis is playing bass on there right now, which is one of the best bass players on the planet. But they might play well together there on the playground.
Yeah, there's some of those parts that didn't have much of a drum track. I was just kind of floating around in there, so
Right.
might be able to weave those things together.
Okay, just drop in the bass track right now, and then we'll send all three tracks to you.
Hey, crank up and play the Criminal blueprint. I want to see what you think of where it is now and how you.
Well, give us a minute, just because I'm dropping track in real time right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
And we haven't even begun to download. We're going to download here on the studio computer.
Okay, great.
And it's in use currently, so.
Well, I'm going to get another cup of coffee, brush my teeth and stuff. We'll futz around. We'll leave the portals open here.
Okay.
And I'll see you in a second.
Okay, cool.
Been good to know that the basketball gonna have this all going already. And maybe keep several hours there.
No, that's like kids at school. That's morning I saw you past at 7:40.
It's like easy, so.
Man, sunny. You gotta be insane to be awake at that time of day. Without children.
The older I get, the earlier my bowels wake me up in the morning. Just wait. He'll be off in college or married with good.
Hey, Ducey. Can you hear them? Am I doing it right? Oh, you're not still there.
Yeah,
We're here.
we're here.
No, I was talking to one of the creepers. Making sure I'm piping the signal to the webcast right.
Damn it.
You're a lurker. Lurkers just watch and go boggy. Creepers will go boggy. They're trying to give worse or bad connotations. They're trying to redefine slutty. There's a whole bunch of them.
All right. Can we upload these tracks to him?
Yeah, go to. You're gonna have to get on the web and go to the same place that you're gonna download the other stuff.
I'm gonna throw this other folder away. We don't need it anymore.
Yeah, right. Sorry about that.
Go to the web. Here, hop in. You know how to get to it. Do criminal. I will suffer that. This
So upload. Please go to this upload page.
Oh, to upload the ones that we just did.
Right. That's the upload.
Okay.
Song files.
Let's do that first.
You want criminal first?
Let's upload our stuff to him first. Name of the file or your name?
Your name. Bill Palmer?
Yeah. Email address BillPalmer73@gmail.
73.
Gmail.com. What kind of comments are you making? I've got 3 files to send to him.
2 guitar and a bass?
Yeah, 2 tellies and a bass.
2 turntables and microphones.
Mm-hmm.
2 tellies and a bass.
Upload. Oh yeah, let's see. It's going to go to Glyph, go to Hippie Fiasco. There it is, right down here. Criminal. Bill Telly 1, Telly 2. I bet you can do them all, right? Yeah.
Why wouldn't Max be smart enough to leave that open in case?
I know,
somebody
why?
goes, why do you have to?
I know.
If you
What?
hold
I'm
the
doing
control-
something.
Jason
Okay,
bass.
If you hold the control key, click on
It'll do it.
and select multiple
Hold on.
ones.
So yeah, now when this is done, you go to song files, and it's the
Individual.
BP on each track, and you have to go to each song, and then there's 3 versions, and it's usually the top version is it says BP at the end of each one, which is the blueprint.
Okay.
That's the most. Great timing and putting this on the broadcast. That's what it's about. by a couple weeks ago to talk to me something like that, or a week ago. Told me that he had heard from some folks from the violin store that he was possibly a CIA assassin. He's some secret agent man. And I was like, God damn. I told Bobby I was joking when I told him that. And I hope that hasn't slowed down his exit out of China. I was totally joking, you know. I'm telling him he's the mystery man. And I said, I always think he might be, CIA assassin. Switzerland, China. He explained to me how he was an international man of misery. Because the pay is good, he's down for being a ragdoll somewhere over the world. As long as the pay is good, there, all the shit's taken care of. Did all that traveling, and said, man, I'm a man of misery, not mystery.
This is like watching paint dry.
Yeah. Exciting.
Exciting times.
Highlights of hippie fiasco.
Everything I want needed to know in this life I learned in all movies were like how to
I'll burn the day until the 3 o'clock bell rings.
Mm-hmm.
No, I unscrewed it because it was unscrewed a little bit and loose, and I looked at it and I was damn. Oh, yeah. Right. I'm afraid putting it on that angle is not going to handle my weight. But at least when it's
Probably better than doing like that.
You think? So.
I do something.
I beautified.
Okay, well we're in here watching paint dry.
Awesome. Glad to join you.
Yeah. But we've got 1.5 of the Telecasters uploaded for you.
Awesome. Oh,
And then
shit.
we'll download some other stuff. We'll download another one and see if we can come up with some parts or something for it.
You know what probably won't hinder you is just click on the blueprint player and play right from the MP3 player on the website. Something in the room. Oh, Magpie's in here trying to wave to you. See if she's still here. Yeah, Magpie's in the Creeper Lounge. She's watching us.
Cool. I can't see anything here, so.
No, you guys should open up the on this computer that you're looking at, or the one on there, the Hippie Fiasco page, just so you can see what we're showing and be able to read what people are saying. This record's being co-produced by complete strangers.
I'm not sure how we're going about doing that.
You know, Bill, one thing, if anybody that tries to help out on the back end of this is going to be, it's truly an overwhelming can of worms, all the parts that I've been getting for everything. And it's be one of the most daunting, talk about daunting, receiving one of these mixes or a folder of one of these projects would be such a daunting situation, because there's no, I'm the only consistent thread. It's not like any other band album or anything. There's like Dobro sent from Phoenix and La 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 Skyped in from Ottawa, and just it's crazy.
There's I totally hear what you're saying. There's also the whole idea of you sort of having to be the one responsible for all of that stuff.
Right.
And so, in essence, you're kind of responsible for everyone's feelings as to what makes it on and what gets sort of chosen.
It's true.
Whereas if you have some like kind of outside people working some things, they kind of come at it from a whole different perspective. Like, for example, like if I'm mixing something that I played on, pretty much everything else is going to go away. So, that I played, right? No, but no, I mean, someone who's not attached to it.
No, that's it.
Like if Jason here was mixing it, it would pretty much everything but your vocal and the bass would go away.
Well said. Exactly.
Right. See, so. Okay, this is getting squirrely here now.
I've got be sure you mute the Hippie Fiasco webcast. Keep audio just to Skype.
I'm working on that.
Where's that money coming from, Steve?
Just a second.
Did it even cost
the commercial will fuck with you. Sometimes they're hard to mute.
I have to wait for the commercial.
Yeah,
Sorry about
that.
that.
Just let it pass. No big deal. We're used to it.
Free. I got them when I signed us up for unlimited messaging.
Which one? Messaging. Who's it for?
From AT&T.
AT&T.
Buy an unlimited messaging plan and call any U.S. mobile phone free. AT&T.
We're on that AT&T. Thanks for the plug there.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Max.
Hey there,
Max. There you go. Hey, you struts.
If I'd have known that I was going to be, all over the world on this thing, I would have done my hair or something.
I think you did do your hair.
Yeah. So maybe we should, once we get these things uploaded to you, maybe we should download something and Jason and I perform some stuff.
Sounds good. Let me see if I can give you some marching orders.
Yeah.
Play that.
Yeah, give me some marching orders.
Play that blueprint player behind you, that criminal. That shouldn't slow you up.
Where is it at? I can't find it. All I can see in the blueprint thing is a place to download the whole folder.
Oh, really? The player didn't come up on the right-hand side?
Oh, there it is.
Okay, we got it.
What do we want to play?
Criminal.
Yeah, this has drums sent in from Massachusetts, 8 tracks of drums, a fully mic'd kit. But he just played sort of Indian style. It has Reed Mathis on bass, Dave Tiller on mandolin, Trevor Garrett on some synth stuff.
You know, honestly, I really thought that I was going to, personally, for my musical contributions, I really thought I wanted to wait kind of to the end.
Right.
Because I knew that it was going to be this sort of, I knew everything was going to be stacked, and it would be kind of nice to sort of get in where there's some holes or anything that needs to be filled, or if something's not working, you know, maybe I could help it along. Or
Absolutely. Yeah, you guys are batting cleanup.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you're hearing a massive. All right. Max says she's hearing a massive echo on my voice. Okay, yeah, I just heard it too. Wow, that's cool. That's just how I sound now these days, Max.
Do we mute Skype? Or?
No.
I'm not sure. It probably is some loop like that because
But it is. It's because well, no, nothing has really changed.
Because he's on it twice.
But this isn't coming through. What we're seeing here is not coming through.
Oh.
So.
Yeah. If he has
not the volume.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, Bill, they're saying you sound fine. I have massive echo, so I'll just try to take advantage of that. Next, thou shalt tracketh on. Ducey says it's a standard problem. Does it have a standard fix, Ducey?
We're trying to get this blueprint player to
play.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, really? Oh, Bill Telly 1.wave. Yeah, baby.
Yes, Telly 2 should be coming up pretty quick.
Yeah, baby.
It's slowed it down significantly. It's not getting anywhere. We can't do the player for some reason. Our upload isn't.
I am getting spoiled by the San Francisco internet out here. I just keep thinking anything's possible.
We still got pigeons delivering our internet service.
We got the first one.
We got the first track to you. We got to start now again with Telly 2.
Okay. Oh, it crashed?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, shit. Oh, is it because y'all clicked away from it?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, well, that's not its fault.
Yeah, our internet here is still riding wagons.
So, Ducey says that I should hang up and call you back, and it might solve the echo.
Okay.
So, I'm just going to call you right back.
Okay.
Yeah, just cut on you a video.
You getting us?
I can hear you. I don't see you yet. Click the video thing.
Oh.
Bam.
There we are.
There you are. All right, did that fix it?
Echo's gone.
Yeah. Yes. See, we're geniuses. Come on.
Uh-huh.
Booyah.
This is some exciting stuff. These are exciting.
How many hippies does it take to screw in a light bulb?
How many? You don't have a punchline for that yet? After all these years of screwing in light bulbs?
As many as you can find.
It's gonna be wild to see Jeff.
Wait at least until Telly 2 gets to you before you start plugging it in.
Hey, Michael, it's Nathan Moore calling from out in San Francisco. I'm sitting online now looking at Frogville Studios on our Hippie Fiasco show, and just seeing if you made it home from China and if you're going to be able to get in there today. I was thinking about you all night. I couldn't sleep. I hope that I'll get to see you today. Just giving you a call of encouragement. Much love, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Alright, while they're working on that upload, I'm going to show you guys a little video that I made about a little 3-minute commercial that I made not that long ago about Frogville, just so you guys can see where we are. Actually, take me a second to plug a couple things in here.
One day John Treadwell and Bill Palmer were probably talking, and it was probably Bill that said,
"For the same price we pay a fancy studio, we could rent gear and make a record ourselves."
and it was probably John that said,
"Why don't we make it at my house?"
and within a year, John had lost his entire downstairs to a web of cables, preamps, microphones, analog tape, and a slew of bands that had come to make their records there. John's house was no longer just John's house. It was Frogville.
A studio home to 100 Year Flood, The Musement, Goshen, Joe West, Boris McCutcheon, Bill Hearn, Stephanie Hatfield, and many others.
Well, it's now 6 years later, and Frogville just took a giant leap into the world of professional recording facilities open to the public. A massive renovation has rendered the studio 3 times the size of the original house. Tracking rooms and offices were built all the way around. The main tracking room is 2 stories high and sounds amazing.
John now lives in a separate building, and musicians have the run of the place. There's a lounge, a kitchen, 2 baths, and plenty of places to sleep. It's a proud and exciting day for those of us who have seen it grow from the beginning, and a special opportunity for anyone looking to make their next masterpiece.
And you'll be making your next masterpiece on a hill overlooking the enchanting city of Santa Fe, New Mexico, right in the heart of a land riddled with mystical implications.
And if you play your cards just right, you can work with Bill Palmer, who's the chief engineer and whose ears, style, and know-how are what put Frogville Tone on the map in the first place.
But don't take our word for it. Give a listen to anything recorded there. Stop by, get a feel for the place. Musicians, I guarantee you will not want to leave. Frogville Studio, you could say it's a make-yourself-at-home studio with all the gear and personality to turn your music loose.
And don't let the decadence fool you. Sure, it's fancy, but the rates are reasonable. Frogville was made by artists for artists.
We want you to make your record at Frogville.
In a land riddled with mystical implications.
Riddled, they're just everywhere.
I like the little bird. I like the birds chirping in the background.
Right, isn't that nice?
That is nice.
Those sound like Virginia birds.
They do.
Hey, Lily Adair, welcome. Isn't it good to see us on air this early in the morning? 11:30. This is bright and early in our world.
You should have both telly tracks now, Nathan.
All right.
You might. I don't know if you're.
First one's already downloaded. The internet here is super fast.
Second one should be there.
I got it. Here it comes.
Those are like in tandem with one another.
And I'm gonna be pulling this stuff in live here too. It'll start to slow my shit down here a little bit once I open Logic as well, but it'll work. It'll work. Yeah, that thing is just zipping on down. It's already halfway done.
Cool.
Just to rub it in.
Downloading's always faster than
It's going to be hard going. That's one of the hardest things about going back home is going to be is going back to the old Stanton internet.
Well, Santa Fe is behind the times on just about everything. We can't even
that's
get
not
4G.
all bad.
I can get 4G in Sulphur Bluff, Arkansas, but I can't get it.
All right, I got both parts. I'm gonna go ahead and pull them in.
Pull them in.
So you're thinking I should pan these?
I would pan them a little bit.
Okay, like opposite directions.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I don't know what your mix is sounding like. So.
Right. Play the mix.
Well, we're still uploading. It was giving us trouble last time.
Oh, you're uploading the bass.
Yeah.
It wasn't giving y'all trouble. Y'all just clicked on the wrong tab.
Yeah.
But I know, made you nervous.
We're going to download it here shortly. We just got to get this bass up.
Yeah,
and
once
we're
you have them all on there, it'll be easy.
I'm just going to throw it right into the session where I put the tellies and stuff and listen to them all in context.
Now, if you want, you might want, I mean, this could get confusing, so you could not even worry about it. But I'm feeding Logic straight to our webcast, so people can hear it like that. If you want to mute Skype and listen in on the webcast, you're free to do so, or not, if that sounds like it confuses things. Here they come.
Mute Skype. Yeah.
It's so cool how all this works.
Mute.
Drag and drop. 2011.
Nathan.
Yeah, man.
Hold on a second. I'm going to try to mute Skype. Okay, I figured out it. So I need to mute Skype on my end to be able to hear that.
Well, the webcast is about 10 anywhere from 10 to 30 seconds behind
Gotcha.
reality.
Mm-hmm.
Skype is like a phone call. The stream is delayed, so it can really get confusing. Yeah. Right in, diving right into the deep end. Liz says that's so pretty. Does that sound lined up?
I think so, yeah. I think
Say that again.
Telly 1's going to want to be just slightly louder than Telly 2.
Okay.
Bass should be there now, too. That bass line should be there.
Okay.
That's it, you got it.
Just throwing a little bit of compression on so I can bring it on up a little bit.
Perfect.
I'm starting to understand this shit, dude.
Good.
Slowly but surely. A couple weeks ago, for the first time in my life, I reached for compression as a tool and not as a mystery. I was like,
Yep. That's what it is. That's why I was telling you when you were asking, like, what's the thing? And I said something to you, and I was like, there isn't really a secret. You just find it. And you were like, I hate it when people say that.
it's true, though.
But it really is true. Once you start to understand it,
And it's the only tool that does what it does. And if you got,
it's kind of like clothes. There are no rules. There's no set way to do it. You just put them on, whatever suits your fancy.
Well, that's just not true.
Well, you don't have to put them on. Yeah. Hey, how do these downloads work, Nathan?
Oh wait. Hey,
Also,
for future parts, just say, be sure you put the name of the instrument and the name of the song, because it'll get really confusing.
Okay. Okay, you got it.
Go ahead.
So how do we get these downloads to work if we want to download these songs?
So on the website there, if you look at in the song files section, each song, you click on the name of the song, and 3 files will be available for download. And the one you want is the BP, the blueprint.
Yep. Press on the download link and nothing happens.
For the blueprints?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're looking at you're on the song files thing, and you click on the name of a song,
Yeah, I'm trying to download.
and you right click.
Right click. It's only got one button.
Not on the blueprints page, but on the song files page.
Not on the blueprints page.
Yeah, look up. Scroll up. There's sort of tabs at the top. It says blueprints, song files, upload. Do you see that?
Yeah, we're looking at it. We're clicking on the folder.
And what's it doing? I'm going there myself.
Nothing. We're looking right at the download link, and I press on it, and nothing happens.
Which song?
Criminal.
Okay. It's weird. All right, just worked for me. Well, here's what I'm going to do then. I'm going to take this folder that I made last night of all the blueprints where they are at the moment. Compress it and just send it to you. I'm going to send them to you all at once.
We need to hit the control click.
I'm just going to send space you the whole compressed MP3 folder. So it'll just be one little wait, and then you'll have it. So where should I send it, John?
BigFrog101@yahoo.com.
Might as well send us the two that Sussman's going to be on as well.
I'm sending you all. I'm just going to send you all of them.
Cool. Perfect.
Great.
We'll be ready for. That's what he wants. All of them.
Ooh, someone uploaded a new roads part. Yeah, this will be the easiest way to do it.
Horse and carriage internet service.
So Big Frog 101.
Yeah, Big Frog 101 at Yahoo.
Okay.
Fully fires or Chinese hackers?
Tide Mikey sending a roads part for just saying.
Ooh, Rhodes versus Vibes is going to be tough.
It's
It's
a nice.
going to be a tough. Those are going to be tough contenders.
It's the same situation with Plain as Day. It was actually one of the things that made me think of Plain as Day for the vibes on that song, just because I like
Rhodes. Rhodes sounds like Vibes.
I know, it's similar space.
Yep.
All right, we're at 31% here, so it's only going to be a couple minutes. I'll let you know when it's done. I'm going to dive back into. I got your bass part.
Cool.
Hey, Jason, what's your last name again?
Reed, R-E-E-D.
Wow. If this bass plays well with the other bass, there'll be 2 Reeds on bass. Jason Reed Mathis.
That's just crazy.
You know Reed's playing, Jason?
No, I don't.
He used to be in a band called Jacob Fred Jazz Odyssey. And plays a lot with Marco. Now he's in Tea Leaf Green. Great, amazing bass player.
Cool. Well, I hope they work together.
We all sort of, yeah. There you are.
So that jelly thing I did, I just sort of put it through, and it may be cool, you know, sort of throughout, since you have a lot of other stuff going on.
Right.
But it may be cool just introduce it like halfway through or something, you know, is just sort of put it out there, thinking that, you know, it may, or, you know, whatever.
Awesome. I need to crank them up now, really, here.
The ones that cost like $6,000. He even he
Oh, that's nice, Bill. All right, check your inbox. It's 100 megabytes, so pour yourself a cup of coffee, but it's in there. tasty flavors.
Not bad.
I'm into it.
So you see what I'm
Yeah.
welcome to like cut that whole first part out or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's nice to kind of introduce this early, and then it can sort of go away. You can cut like I was thinking, like a third to a half of that stuff out.
Right.
But there's a point where it goes into this little breakdown, like halfway through,
Uh-huh.
after maybe after the first couple sets of lyrics, and I kind of go up higher on it. And I thought it was a kind of a really nice thing right there. That's an old airline amp, and I used it specifically for the tremolo bit.
Oh, yeah. It's a beautiful sound.
Yeah, see how you put that compression on it now, so it really rings out a lot longer and it sustains in a beautiful way.
Right. It's cool you can hear that through this stuff. Yeah. Ooh, that's pretty awesome. Well, Bill, you're definitely on the record. Jason, I'm still trying to figure it out in terms of this track, but that's a pretty rad moment right there alone. Right there. Ooh, yeah. That's just naughty right there. Two basses should not be doing that together. I think that's illegal, but that's beautiful. Hey, Bill,
So it says it,
maybe you could help me with a little mystery here. The
okay.
so if you got all your individual tracks and none of them are peaking, but the accumulation of them will peak the output. How does that happen, and what do you do about it?
Um,
I've had to bring the outputs down, the out 1 and 2 down by 4.5 dB because it was peaking, but none of the individual tracks are.
hmm.
Is that common?
Only if the plugins that you're using if you're turning the gain up on your plugins,
Oh, that's what's doing it.
then the tracks themselves perhaps are not peaking, but their outputs are
Ah,
going through the master bus channel.
gotcha.
At which
How would
point,
I isolate that?
do you have a master bus channel you're using?
It seems to have a master bus that it automatically assigns. Everything goes to out 1 and 2.
Okay, you're using Logic, correct?
Right.
But there should be an actual channel in there, Nathan. That is an actual. Here's Michael Cott. He just rolled in.
All right. Yeah, baby.
But it says that we have 16 hours to download this zip file.
Oh, you are shitting me.
One day and 21 hours to download these tracks.
That's hard to believe.
Yeah, it is hard to believe, man.
Cause y'all just uploaded about the equivalent. Are you using?
We may have to stop Skyping or something. I don't know the answer here, but Michael's here and it says we've got almost 2 days worth to download this.
All right, well I can
It's
wait.
climbing on.
I better make another pot of coffee then.
Yeah. Yeah, it says we only have 120 kilobytes of it so far, so.
Well, that doesn't make any sense at all. It hadn't even started yet. 120 kilobytes is
That's the letters. That's like
right,
the text.
Right, that's the
of
text.
the first song.
Right. Is it all through Wi-Fi?
No.
No.
Well, the hope is that it just hasn't really started yet, and it'll recalculate once it gets moving. My little thing can say that here, and then it'll snap in and happen in 30 seconds. Wow, I'm loving that. Good God. So y'all just uploaded about the same size of file to me total. The 3 files you sent were about 100 megs.
Yeah, our download's not working for some reason. And it's telling us, at one point it said we had to wait 2 days and 15 hours.
It's saying 1 hour and 8 minutes. No, it's going down now. It's going. Rolling now. 53 minutes. 52 minutes.
What's that fan sound? Sounds like somebody's vacuuming.
Dude, this is awesome. Hey, Dave.
Yo, oh my God.
There he is.
Dude,
Baker Ball.
Baker Ball, come give me a big kiss on the lips. What the hell, brother? Good to see you.
I'm gonna go get my stuff.
Okay, go get your stuff.
Yeah, and then I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. Run to Kinko's and download the shit for these boys.
It's working. We're downloading it.
Okay. Yeah, it just needs to build up speed. It's going downhill. It'll build up speed. Oh shit, I saw Pick fly in here for a second, but they ducked out before I got to say hello. Hey Deucey, can you hear me now? Or
We'll stay on target. It'll get faster and faster as it builds up. It looks like it's working now. It looks like it's saying it's going to do it within the next 24 hours.
All the way down to 36 minutes.
hey Tide Mikey, can you hear me?
he's gone outside.
He's on the phone.
He's on the phone outside.
I was just talking to the creepers, making sure they can hear me.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go to run Cock back to get his cello.
He forgot his cello?
He came from somewhere else. I think he was still thinking that we were maybe doing this at 11 o'clock tonight.
Oh, right. The other 11.
The other 11.
Maybe they could actually.
He's going to come up at 3 and be ready to go after Sussman's done. And he's going to pick a few songs. He's not going to do all of them. It's going to be like 5 songs or something.
Okay, because Sussman is getting here when?
2.
Okay, I won't be back here until 3, but Jason can get it started.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
Yeah.
I have to go pick up kids at school after 2 o'clock our time. So
Awesome. Are they coming back to the studio with you?
yeah, I think so.
It'd be good to see them.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some part we need a couple kids on. Well, we thought of one a while back.
Be thinking about it.
I sure will. Thank you, Lily. You did?
Hey, Jeff.
Chad recorded something last night.
Hey, man, we're ready whenever you are. It's a trip time. I'm just letting you know we're ready whenever you are. Okay, awesome. Okay. I'm wearing wingtips to the beach.
Shit!
All those holes in the toes, like the leather holes, are gonna have sand in them forever.
I love that. I love that I'm sitting here in the Fiasco Spontaneous Studios and sort of in Frogville, right? I mean, I know that space right there so well. I'd be smoking this cigarette sitting on that stoop right there by that door. Bill would be telling me it's wafting in.
In the old days, though, Nathan, we would be sitting at the board with our ashes falling all over the EQ control.
That's how we got that signature sound.
That's how we did it.
That's the front door, right?
So it started off with the whole day started off like it was going to be Bad Hair Day Part 2. Like I log in and before like third sip of coffee, Dark Czar's on there telling me that it's bad to smoke near computers. I'm like, really? This is how we're starting. We're off to another exciting day here at Sitting Duckville.
That's the name of this video, Sitting Duckville?
That's us.
Yeah. Right, it's Frogville.
Yeah, this is Sitting Duckville over here.
Frogville, do you read us? This is Sitting Duckville. Come in. Our computers are crashing from the smoking. Can you hear us? I think the mic is clogged. My wingtips are sandy. Fucking rough out here. We'll be there in 12 hours.
You remember Chad, Bill?
Of course I do.
Can you see me there? I don't know if I'm on. But
not very many people smoke anymore at the studio.
It's true. Well, not many people do anywhere.
Not many people don't smoke at
Sitting Duckville.
Yeah. At the STV.
Here, let me try to flip us around.
I don't think I'd be able to keep my job there very long.
Why not?
Well, I don't know. As the non-smoker, I would be the offensive one.
It's kind of offensive. We kind of take it personally.
We make you smoke.
Don't prejudice us.
All right, I blew us up so you can see our beautiful faces better.
So I can see your smoke.
Right.
Wait, should I move the boxers off the bench in the studio?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Hey, thanks for tuning in, everybody. This is Nathan Moore here with Chad Galactic and Liz Bunny, and we are remote live with Frogville Studios in Santa Fe, New Mexico, with Bill Palmer, Strutter P. Struckins, chief engineer. They just sent in a really nice guitar part and bass part for Criminal. Jeff Sussman's coming in shortly, and Michael Cott's going to be laying down some stuff. Is Fief coming in?
Not that I know of.
Did she listened and didn't find a thing?
I don't know.
Right.
Big John's kind of heading all of the organization up.
You know, it's been an interesting process on our end, and we've been sort of really intentional of trying to let everybody know what we're doing and everything, but not specifically ask anybody to do anything, because that would put us into a different situation.
Sure. And
it's been tough. I've been sort of biting my tongue all along the way, but I think it was a good choice.
Well, that's my job. That's welcome to my job, man.
Right.
It's only occasionally do I get to suggest things.
How's the traffic through the studio these days?
Good. It's great. Busy all the time.
That's really great.
Just enough for me, actually, you know, because having kids and bands and a life, you know, because as you know, Nathan, you probably know this better than anybody. My favorite thing to do is sit around on the porch and bullshit and do nothing. So I have to save a little time for that as well.
Right.
Somebody highlight that. That was just, dude. Oh, you'd fit in good here. Yeah. At Sitting Duckville.
We figured it all out the other day. I can't remember what we figured out, but we figured it all out.
The porch is a huge revolving theme of this trio here.
K. Ducey says, "Long live bullshitting."
Yes. Agreed.
Viva, viva,
viva la bullshit. Yes.
You know that sign language there, Bill?
No, what is that?
That's the actual sign language for bullshit.
Yeah.
See that?
I do see that.
Do you see that?
But
right,
no,
so
we're staying plenty busy here.
that's great. That's really
It
great.
is it is good. You know, New Mexico's not a huge market, but everybody around the state more and more is getting, you know, if they want to make a record, they know where to go to do it, and that keeps us busy.
Is Santa Fe becoming less of the crossroads that it used to be? It used to seem like there was like a portal from LA to Santa Fe.
I don't know, man. Seems like more of a porthole to me. I look forward to greener pastures some of these days when I can move on, but it's lovely while I'm here.
What would that be? What would moving on
I don't
be?
know yet. I'm not sure.
Right.
Maybe a tropical island somewhere.
Do you know in greener pastures, there's bullshit in there too?
Yeah.
You gotta watch out for that. You can step right on a turd hidden by the lovely grass.
Yeah, there's mushrooms on those turds. That helps you
Yeah.
figure it all out.
Oh yeah.
How's that download coming?
It's slow but sure. 24 minutes.
God. All right, so everybody, we're just gonna sit and stare at the computer while it downloads.
It went from 2 days to 24 minutes.
Yeah, in 2 days. It took. This is actually 2 days ago.
Oh, okay.
We're doing some real computer magic here.
It's because we have horse and carriage internet here.
That's true. So it's not bull. It's not bullshit. It's horseshit.
Amish internet.
Right. You know the provider.
Good.
That is good. The provider's called no mustache but beard.
I got this phone.
mean?
I got this fancy phone because it's 4G, but turns out it's negative 4G.
Yeah, you got to read the fine print on that.
I know.
That's not a dash, sir. That's a negative sign.
You guys are crushing.
Yeah, we're killing it.
I'm not doing so good.
we did joke calisthenics before we went to bed last night.
That's cool. I watched Law and Order till 5 in the morning again. This is my routine now.
This is my life.
I'm seriously considering cutting the cable out.
Chad got Chad used to be the one that went to bed early and got up before he went to bed before us and got up before us, and then he got cable in his room. Thought it would be luxurious, and now he's like, he goes to bed before us, but he ends up watching Law and Order till 5:30 in the morning and waking up an hour after we do.
And then House comes on at I think at like 4.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's hard.
My life.
I'm sure she thinks I'm too busy to make one.
Oh, shh. We just got an ad.
Oh yeah. Welcome to our world.
Ads happen.
My creative secret weapon is Snapfish. They make it fun and easy to make a unique photo book.
So Sussman's supposed to show up here pretty soon.
That'll be good to see him.
So between
Yeah.
us,
I'm going to have to
creating
ut out of
one-of-a-kind
here in
photo
about
books is a
45
snap
minutes.
with Snapfish.
Jason knows how to work all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's cool because we're just looking for a good signal, and it doesn't have to be processed or anything that much. So
We'll get it sounding good for you.
yeah. So when do you have to leave? Should we? Oh, you're still downloading that shit. I was thinking if we should just get you on something.
Yeah, we're not even halfway yet.
I know. This is like some time well spent right here.
Well, shit. Oh, haggard.
We've got a new couch here at Frogville.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where's it sitting? I can see the arm of it.
I don't know if you can see it.
I can see the silhouette
it's
of
so
it.
black. It's black. It's a black leather couch.
Oh shit! Nice.
You know, people can do cocaine off of it, and you can see your lines real easy. It beats the toilet tank.
It what?
It beats the toilet tank for doing blow. And it's better than the lid of the kitty litter box.
Yeah, that's always dangerous.
Uh-huh.
You just, yeah. So tempted to move up to the litter.
Uh-huh.
Get a big nose. Get a big nose about you. Move on to the litter.
Yeah.
So stoned you can eat kitty litter and go.
I love that part, Bill.
Glad you like it. I'll hit you with a few more of those once we get all this technical shit out of the way.
I muted the mic for a second because it was giving me a little static in the mix.
So I've got one you might appreciate.
Okay.
So I was talking to somebody the other day, you know, and they were talking about, you know, they're making their record with somebody else here in town, which, you know, happens all the time. It's totally cool. That's the nature of things, you know. Not every single record in Santa Fe can sound good. So they were talking about what a wonderful experience it is and how they were set up, and they were, you know, going to record this song. They had their song they were really excited about, and after 6 hours of setup time, they finally started rolling tape.
Uh-huh. Is that the end of the story?
That's the end of the story. That's the punchline.
Well, that's not unreasonable.
6 hours? I don't know, man.
Full kit?
I'm usually ready to eat supper and go to bed after 6 hours.
No, I hear you. We've definitely learned some things over the years in terms of that precious attitude.
Sure.
Being such a hindrance to what you're on about.
Yes. This kind of feels a little bit like that.
Mm-hmm.
This feels like that kind of 6 hours of setup time.
Yeah, and here we are. Same story. 6 hours later, the MP3 was downloaded.
Uh-huh. My desire to play guitar has gone completely soft over the last. I was all fired up, man. I was hard as a rock when I got in here.
This is bullshit. Clean Tone, how's it going? Hey, Cleantown, could you drive from Massachusetts and deliver these guys a CD of these MP3s so we can get to work?
I don't know. Hook one up to a carrier pigeon.
That's right. You think you know the issue, Cleantone? What is it? He says, I think I may know the issue. So should they shut down Skype and the hippie fiasco? He says internet is like a doorway with data coming in and out.
Totally.
It's like a water hose.
But then if we shut down Skype, you'd be missing this fascinating.
I know, this is the good shit right here. When you have the out upload maxing out a bit, the down can get good bandwidth. If you have the out maxing out a bit, the in can get good bandwidth. So what he's saying is the Skype might be choking your download in Frogville.
Yeah. Well, we've got about 10 minutes left, so I wouldn't want anybody to miss anything. I haven't even gotten into the fart jokes yet.
Why don't you give us a tour of the studio? You on a mobile laptop there?
Yeah. Let's see what I can do here. All right.
We got some geeks watching. They might be interested in what kind of outboard gear you got there and stuff, especially your favorites if you have something that you love.
Okay.
What can't you live without?
Well, here's the gear. Well, in this bit of gear here, what can I live with?
Oops, we lost you. And maybe their download's moving faster. And like that.
Oh, so you were seeing that stuff.
The Skype hung up.
Yeah, let's see if is it hung up.
Hit the video thing on Skype.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me get to it.
It's pretty cool. Your Skype logo is the same shot you just froze on.
Okay, you can see me now, right?
Yes.
Can you see me now?
Yep.
Okay, well. Okay, can you see the gear now?
Yep.
Okay, so out of this gear here, the things that I like the most personally are obviously these Neve channels here. Great EQs. Awesome.
So those are Neve, just basically channel strips?
They're preamps and EQs. They're channel strips out of a board. These are actually made by Brent Averill Electronics. Brent Averill was like the head engineer at Neve for many years and went on his own. And he actually developed these, but they are really and truly Neve. They use the same circuitry, everything. And then these LA2A compressors here.
Cleantone's in the forum, he's an engineer. He said, give him a second while he takes his pants off. Okay,
these LA2A compressors here I can't really do without. These are really great for vocals, bass guitar. I use them a lot for room mics with drums and things because they're very slow and warm. It's the American style.
So you got three knobs on that. That's an actual compression, not a plug-in compression.
This is just this knob here just shows you what you're looking at here.
Okay.
The output or the gain reduction, the actual compression. This knob here is, if you turn this up, this is like turning up the input.
Okay.
Okay, which affects how much it's compressing it. This knob here is is the gain, the output to make up for it. So in other words, whatever you're sending to your computer, you adjust to adjust the level of this. But the compression, and it does have a switch between compression and limiting. But basically, the compression is a sort of a preset speed.
Oh wow! You don't affect the attack release, or
that's the way they did it in the 50s, man. And the thing is, that's the beautiful thing about it. When we first got these, we'd been messing around with compressors like this guy here, which we made all those amusement records with this compressor.
Yeah, that's the nightmare I'm used to right there.
And you've got your ratio, your attack time, and everything. But see, the beautiful thing is back in the old days, they just sort of had it sort of figured out, and they're like, okay, do you want compression? Yes or no?
Right.
And so it's like that's sort of what you get. Then we've got these, which are really crucial compressors here. These are based off of the old 1176 compressors. A company called Purple makes these, but apparently they're better than the Universal Audio of the same thing. I love them. I use them for tons of things. I usually use these for things where I do want to have a little control.
Right.
You've got attack and release, but you still have your input and output. Your input controls how much compression. Your output controls how you're making up for it. These are great for like
why would input to me just sort of seems to imply like the volume that it's coming in at.
Yes. It's what you're sending into the compressor.
And but you describe it as determining how much compression.
Yes, it does because whatever the compressor is sort of set at a certain place, right? So if you turn it down, it's not sending enough audio for the compressor to engage.
Okay.
If you turn it up, then it's sending. The more you turn it up, the harder it's going to compress.
Right.
All right.
So I'm all right. Go ahead. Actually, that question might just confuse me more.
And then you make up for it with your output.
And the difference between compressing and limiting is what?
What's that?
What's the difference between compressing and limiting?
Well, limiting is like setting. Compressing is more of a pumping effect. Compressing is a little more of it's more like applying a certain idea to the sound. Limiting is actually setting a ceiling. When it hits it, it's absolute. It's really about the knees, and it's just the way they're basically the same thing, man.
What would you tend to add limiting to that you wouldn't compress?
I use mostly compression. A lot of times, depending on how hard you're hitting a compressor, means limiting. If you're really compressing hard, you're limiting.
Right.
Right. It is slightly different. I couldn't really go into the academics of it.
Right. Gotcha.
And sometimes I use a limiter. Like I'll use a limiter like on a guitar that I want to be real glassy. If I want it to be completely flat, I'll use a limiter. If I want it to breathe and pump a little bit, I'll use more compression.
Okay.
Okay. We also have guys right here. These DBX 160s. These are really great for drums. They're very fast compression. They work great for drums, great for electric guitars. I think they started making these in the late 60s, and they've sort of been the creme de la creme of like kick and snare, electric guitars, stuff like that. The compressors are really cool. I mean, all of our preamps and stuff over here, these are all really important things, obviously. They each have a unique sound. But how a signal is compressed really affects more of it, I think, than anything else. But the most important thing is what's going in.
Do you think you put Do you put compression on everything? Oh, froze again. He's thinking. Maybe this will solve the echo. Must be yeah.
Okay, am I back?
You're back. Click the video thing.
But you can't see me.
Can't see you yet.
Okay, well, Jeff Sussman just walked in.
You're starting to figure this shit out, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
How's the download going?
It's coming along. I was trying to walk you into the amp room, which you can see Jeff back there walking around in.
And you walked out of the Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Jeff
The
Sussman. I see him. You do not age, do you?
No, I'm not.
Good to see you, Jeff.
It's good to see you. I'm via Skype.
How are you doing, man?
Nice to see you, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jeff Sussman. He and I were in the amusement together for, we almost made it 10 years, didn't we?
I clocked in at 6.5. You have much longer track record than I do.
I met both of you guys the same day on the street in Austin.
Right. I'm going to update my Facebook status that Jeff Sussman is in the house.
Yeah, let's load in the back. Okay. Hey, I'm going to disappear for just a second. I have to go move my car so Jeff can pull around and load in the back.
Wonderful. This is great.
So you know what the key that somebody gave me was that helped me understand compression?
Yeah, lay it on me.
It's the ratio. So you have say you have a 3-to-1 ratio.
Uh-huh.
If your signal crosses the threshold, it has to go 3 dB before the compressor will allow it to go up 1.
Wait a minute. Say that again.
Okay, so the compressor is basically, it's working on the dynamics of your signal.
Uh-huh.
And so what you do is you set a threshold somewhere where you want your ceiling to be. And if you have a 3-to-1 ratio set for your compression, the signal has to go across that threshold by 3 dB before and once it goes 3 dB, then the compressor will let it go out 1, let it go up 1 in actuality. You know what I'm saying?
I think that does make sense.
So if you turn it up to 6-to-1, then the signal has to go 6 dB above that threshold before the compressor will only let it go up 1. So the higher your ratio is, the more compression you're doing.
Wait, the way I was understanding it was sort of conflicting with what you then said, because that is the way I always understood it, was the higher the ratio, the more the compression.
Yeah.
But what I understood you just to be saying was that if you set it to 6-to-1, that it would take more to activate the compression in the first place.
No, it takes more signal before the compressor will let it go above the threshold. So you are actually compressing it more, because instead of only going up 3 dB before it'll let it go up 1, if you've turned it up to 6, the signal has to actually go across the threshold by 6 dB, which is a lot more. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
That's all pretty academic. And that's the beauty. I'm showing you the LA2A. That's sort of the beauty of the old stuff, is it's just like on or off. Do you like it or do you not?
Right. But how would you explain what he was just trying to say about the ratio?
I've never even given that stuff a thought. I wouldn't. I couldn't have. I can't understand it any more than you can.
I hear you though, Jason. It's one of those revelations. It snapped it in your head. It was a eureka moment, but those are so hard to share.
Well, if you know those things, there's certain skills that you have, obviously. But I think also a lot of times with the technical part of it all, you kind of, I don't know. I mean, there's something kind of cool about things just sort of happening because you're trusting your ears too,
Is there anything you don't put compression on?
How stuff works, you can do more with it.
What's that, Nathan?
Anything you don't put compression on?
Some things that are naturally more compressed, like a synthesizer part or something. You know?
you might not would need as much. But I can't really think of anything. Electric guitars, I tend to use less compression unless it's something intentional that you're really trying to get a glassy sound.
Glassy.
Mm-hmm. You know, glassy. Like when you pulled in those Telecaster parts and you put the little compression on it, and I was saying that it made it sustain and kind of hold longer.
Right, right.
I mean, the moral of the story is I think Jason is absolutely right. Like, if you understand how those things work, you can use them, you can apply certain principles to certain, but that's a very that's a very clinical thing. And I mean, it's good to know that stuff. But also, I don't think, as far as your purpose of possibly mixing some of this record, I don't really think those are things you need to be worried about. You need to be like just using your ears. That was sort of my point.
Right.
You know.
Right. It's almost like mixing with your eyes, mixing.
It's like the difference between like understanding biology versus knowing how to take care of yourself.
Right.
You know. I hear him getting the vibes all.
Oh, that sounds nice. Are we going to be able to see him?
We'll try to figure out how to make that work. Unfortunately, the Wi-Fi is really bad if you get out of this control room here.
Right. Is he? What? If you point that laptop at the glass there, what do we see?
Let me see. Hey, you want to go hit those lights and let's see if we can get it brighter on him.
I can sort of see him in there. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I wish there was. I wish I had a bar stool that was made for like a 9-foot man.
And Zoom.
That or a real short person that I could set it on their head.
Oh, I wish I could be there for you. I could just get down on my knees. And like that, they were gone. Well, this is great. The most important thing is I don't care how janky the stream is. It's great to see these guys. I feel like we're there. This is happening. We already got a couple of nice parts, and this is going to be nice. My old bandmate Jeff Sussman from The Amusement laying down some vibes. There's a great vibes track from our record, one of The Amusement's classic records, Sweet Things, that has there's a song called Day of People. There's a real nice vibe put on it. Day of Peepholes. My Santa Fe Stalker vibe. All right. Now that was another moment like I told you about that. The zit the size of my fist. We've lost y'all's video out there, guys.
Our video?
Yeah.
I don't know how this thing works. Are we back now?
Yeah, you are.
I'll write that compression stuff down and send it to you because it's really pretty simple.
Yeah, no, I was actually, while we had a moment, I was gonna say let's try that again.
Yeah, the way it works is you set a threshold. Like say you're looking at the wave file in your track.
Uh-huh.
And it's got peaks and valleys, right? What a compressor will do is shrink the size of those peaks and valleys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you set a threshold of the line of where you want.
See, I think that's one of the places where it gets confusing because the threshold seems to me to just speak about the top.
It does.
It doesn't speak about the bottom, but it's squeezing it from both directions. It's not just pushing down the top of the waves.
I'll explain to you how all that works.
Okay.
But you're right, the threshold only has to do with the top. So say you have a 3-to-1 ratio. That the signal comes up and it's got to go across that threshold by 3 dB. And before the compressor will allow the signal to go up 1. So if the original signal crosses the threshold by 3 dB, the compressor will only let it go up 1.
So it does it. Okay, I think that's where I was getting.
Only affecting the top. If you wanna bring up the bottom, you bring down the threshold and you turn up the output gain, and that brings the whole thing up. It squeezes the whole thing more. See what I mean?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think I do. So the visual hand gestures were good.
Yeah. And so if you turn your ratio up to say 6-to-1 or something.
I'm sure she thinks I'm too busy to make one.
It's got to go across there 6 dB. It's got to go even farther before the compressor will let it go up 1. So that's why.
My creative secret weapon is snap.
So would you then? All right, I'll wait till it
It's fun and easy to make a unique photo book.
This is
Sorry,
beautiful.
they're only 30 seconds.
Where did she find the time?
So between us, creating one-of-a-kind photo books is a snap with Snapfish.
Well, that sounds good, Clean Time. So if you set it to 6-to-1, would you then have to lower your threshold to get it to attack at all?
No.
Like all right, say you had a wave file that only goes above your threshold by 3 dB. If you have it at a 6-to-1 ratio, it would never compress it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Or well, it would never. It would be flat. It would be like a limiter at that point, because it wouldn't go far enough to actually let it go above the threshold. It has to get to 6 dB before the compressor will allow it to go above that threshold. So if it's only going above your threshold by 3 dB, you probably want a 3-to-1 ratio. That's like you'd want a 6-to-1 ratio.
And how do you know where to set your threshold?
It depends on the overall level of your signal and the size of the peaks and valleys and where you want it to end up at.
And the amount of compression you ultimately want, I guess, on the track.
Yeah, because compression definitely changes the character of the sound. If you compress something a lot, you can hear it. But if you just want to smooth it out a little bit, you'd use less compression and a higher threshold.
Well, I'm hearing vibes.
Nathan.
Yeah, man.
So we're going to record these vibes in stereo.
Okay.
I'm going to send you a stereo track of vibes.
That sounds like perfect plan.
We should get it where you can see.
We lose the Wi-Fi. It's so funny, just turning the computer a little bit and we lose the Wi-Fi. We're still on.
Oh.
It's okay. It got choppy, but you're still with me so far.
Yeah, because I don't think it'll pick up our.
It's so funny how that works. It's just like
I thought we could get Jeff.
It's like stepping across a border right on the state line.
Gone still?
Yeah.
Okay, we're back.
It's so funny.
It's weird.
That's it's like 36.
Right.
That's really weird that you can't, that just turning the computer that much and you're out of the Wi-Fi realm.
It's all the big, thick Adobe walls.
It is. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, we had to string in an Ethernet for the big computer down here just because it wouldn't connect to the office just through the walls.
I guess eventually you could take that Ethernet and do Wi-Fi off of that for there.
Right. We do have lots of extra Ethernets in the floor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we got like 10 or 12 Ethernets going through each line on the floor.
Can you plug one of those into the laptop?
But they're not hooked up into the office. No, it's they're for video and TVs and whatever else we might be surprised that we need to hook up out there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they just run from the control room out to the floor, out to the breaker boxes out in the tracking room.
For future reference.
For future, yeah, needs.
Does the Wi-Fi reach upstairs better? Or I was just thinking about that window that you have that overlooks the big tracking room.
Good question. That would be cool.
It'd be a nice shot.
Maybe we'll try it here in a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous that moving it 3 feet. Screwed it up.
It's easy enough to get you back.
Yeah.
Run up there with it real quick.
Alright.
Ooh, that sounds good. Damn, it sounds good. Okay.
Let's see. Let's see if this works. We still good?
Yeah, I'm with you so far. Uh-oh. Up the stairs. Oh, we can at least get a little glimpse of this. Might not work. Ah! I heard those vibes. I heard them. John. You're back.
All right.